Hey everyone, and welcome back. I am excited to bring you a workout today that I call Opposites Attract. So in Pilates, we have this idea of opposition is what we call it. And it's where we're looking for more length throughout our whole body, especially throughout our spine, which can tend to get really compressed just because of all the sitting that we do during the day and not working on our posture and our alignment quite as much. So we're gonna work on opposition today. And these are all exercises that we've done before if you are familiar with my workouts already. So we're gonna start seated in a cross-legged position. If this isn't comfortable, just take whatever seat is comfortable for you. I just want you to think though of whether you're on your sitting bones or on your knees, that you're grounding down into your mat. Okay, so that's kind of our first point of opposition there. So I'm going to talk and connect into this cross-legged position here. And we're going to talk a little bit about our opposition. So we're going to go ahead and ground down through our sitting bones and really feel the weight of those into the mat. So you may want to kind of pull the flesh away and really let yourself ground down here. And now I want you to think about really growing tall through your spine, but not by lifting the shoulders, right? Really lifting and lengthening through the crown of the head. So you want to imagine that that crown of the head is reaching tall towards the ceiling. So you've got the crown of the head extending in this direction and your upper spine extending in that direction. Sitting bones and lower spine are grounding down in the opposite direction. So there's this feeling of opposition. We're finding that length, but still while staying strong and stable in our center. So a lot of these exercises we're going to be doing today are going to be working on that particular Pilates principle. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath here. So you can go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath, expanding into your lungs, into your ribs. And then exhale. Let it all go, but keep that length through your spine the entire time. So let's do that again. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. All right, now we're gonna add the arms here. So we're gonna go ahead, take a deep breath, inhaling arms up to the sky. Deep breath in, expanding side body. Exhale as the arms float down, dropping the shoulders, but keep that crown of the head reaching and lengthening up. Let's do that again. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale, arms down, spine lifting and lengthening. One more here, inhale. And exhale. All right, we're gonna do this as we find some rotation now as well. So I want you to go ahead and take an inhale. You're gonna rotate to your left, grow tall here as you inhale, lengthen, looking over that left shoulder. Exhale, you're gonna release that coming through center, but keep that tall spine. Twist to the other side. Inhale, lengthen over that right shoulder, lift. Exhale, keep that length, rotate through center. Inhale again, lift and lengthen. And exhale, back to center. One more other side, inhale. And exhale, bringing it back to center. All right, so now we're gonna do a little side bend. Same thing here. This time I want you to keep both sitting bones really grounded into the mat. So I want you to take that right arm up to the ceiling, lengthen that right side body. Exhale as you bring it up and over to your left. Now as you're doing this, you're feeling that right sitting bone grounding down as you reach the right arm up and away in that opposite direction. Good, come up through center, same thing, grow tall, other arm lifts, bring it up and over, and reach. Good, and then back to center. So keep that moving, keep thinking of opposite sitting bone grounding. That's gonna get you the most opposition, that most stretch and length through your spine as you move. Because if you think about tipping over too far and that sitting bone starts to come up and off the floor, you're not actually getting that full length in your side body. Good. Let's do one more other side. All right, and back to center. All right, now we're going to take the arms, we're going to clasp the fingers here, and we're going to turn the palms to face forward. Now I want you to think of pressing the palms forward and then rounding your spine away from the arms. So here we're getting some flexion through our spine. So I want you to hold here for a moment. I want you to feel the belly button pulling back as the arms reach forward. So there's that opposition. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take an inhale as we lengthen the arms up and lift through the spine. So inhale here at the top. Exhale, do that again. Arms come forward, belly comes back, arms reach forward. There's that oppositional stretch. And then inhale, growing tall as you lift. Good, 2 more. Exhale, round. Good, inhale, lengthen. Last one, exhale. And inhale to lift. Beautiful. Now go ahead and unclasp those hands. Go ahead and bring them back behind you. And I want you to start to reach the arms down towards the floor, opening the heart and chest. And now we're feeling that expansion through the front body as we reach the arms down and back. There's that opposition. There's that stretch. Good. Hold this here. 2 more breaths. Here's some extension here. And last one. And then go ahead and release. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn to face the side of your mat. And we're gonna do some roll downs here. And we're gonna talk about this opposition as we move. So starting up nice and tall first, I want you to go ahead and bring the arms forward. Now here we're finding that opposition in this tall seated position. And now we're gonna exhale. We're gonna pull the belly button back as you reach and stretch those arms forward. There's that opposition we were just experiencing in our seated flexion. Good, roll all the way down, 1 bone at a time. Inhale, lengthen those arms back. Exhale, peel the spine off. Keep pulling the belly button back behind you as you reach the arms forward. Inhale, back up nice and tall. Exhale, 1 bone at a time. Rolling down. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, chin to chest. Again, opposing, belly button back, arms forward. Inhale, lift tall. 1 more just like that. Exhale. Rolling down, 1 bone at a time. Good, inhale, arms back. And exhale, all the way up. All right, we're gonna hold here. We're gonna add some rotation now. So we're gonna exhale, draw ourselves down into that rounded C curve and hold it there. Now I want you to keep your sitting bones where they are, lower body stays still. I want you to inhale, rotate upper body to the left. And you're reaching again, arms forward, belly button pulling back. And then come back through center over to the other side. Good, reach, feel those obliques. And then back to center. And again, over to your left. Good, and through center, over to the right. Through center, 1 more each side. Good. Think about pulling that belly button back. That's really gonna open up your back body. Keep that core nice and engaged, and then come all the way back up to center. Inhale here at the top. Exhale, we're gonna hold the C curve here. So hold this. We're gonna do little pulses. Keep thinking of pulling the belly button back as you lift the upper body forward. Just a couple inches up, couple inches down. Good, so we lift and lower. Lift, lower. Let's do 4, 3, that's it, 2, and 1. Now this time we roll it all the way down to the mat. And then the arms come down by your sides. All right, so we're setting up for bridging here. Go ahead and walk the feet towards your glutes. Legs in a parallel position. We're gonna start with the arms down by the sides. So really press the back of the arms, the backs of the shoulders, and the backs of the head into the mat. All right, go ahead and take an inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna peel the spine up, 1 bone at a time. Good, once you get yourself lifted here at the top, I want you to make sure those feet and those knees are parallel. And I want you to think of reaching through the knees, okay? So you're reaching your knees away from you towards the wall that's in front of you as you're reaching the upper part of your spine away from your knees. Keep that feeling as you start to roll the spine down. Good, one bone at a time. Inhale, let that release. Again, exhale, rolling up. And something that helps here as far as reaching through the knees is you're pulling your feet, your heels back towards your bottom. Knees are reaching forward. You're lengthening through your spine. Good, roll it down one bone at a time and release. Good, exhale again, roll it up. Good, again, inhale here, reaching through those knees. Good, lengthening your spine as much as possible, and then we roll it all the way back down. And through all of this, we're staying nice and strong in our center. So our core is engaged. We're not arching the back or dumping into the back. Everything's nice and strong. We're finding our stability in our center as we try to find as much length as possible. So on this next one, I want you to exhale, roll it back up. All right, hold it here. Inhale, bring the arms back behind you along the floor. Now this time I really want you to reach through the arms, reach through the fingers, opposite direction. Now exhale, try to draw your spine away from your arms as you roll it down one bone at a time. That's going to get you so much length and stretch. Once your pelvis releases, arms down by your sides. Exhale again, tuck that tailbone under, roll up, lift, reaching. Inhale, arms are going to come back. This is the epitome of opposition here. So I want you to reach through the fingers and the arms as you try to traction your spine away from the arms. Good. Releasing the pelvis, arms down by the sides. We have two more like that. Exhale, roll up. Peeling. Good. Reach here. Inhale, arms back. Exhale. This is a great exercise for the lower back. A lot of people I know that have tight low backs really love this one. Inhale, arms down by your sides. Last one, exhale, or roll it up. Good, lengthening here, arms back, reach it long. And then we exhale, bone by bone, coming all the way back down. Very nice. Arms come back down by your sides. Now let's go ahead and bring both legs up to a tabletop position. We're going to move into dead bug here and then bring your arms up towards the ceiling. So here is this nice strong center, your core. And we're going to send that right leg forward, left arm back. So we're really reaching toes and leg forward, reaching that left arm back, finding that opposition, and then we exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, other side, right arm back, left leg forward. Exhale, back to center. Good. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, center. So if you feel any arching through your spine, make sure you're dropping the ribs so that you're not popping the ribs up towards the ceiling, and it means you're using more of your back than you are your abdominals. Good. So keep alternating. Really reach. Good. Center. Extend, reach. And center. Let's do one more each side. Last one, reach. Good, and center. All right, we're gonna move into single leg stretch. So go ahead and come into your abdominal curl. And we're gonna pull that right leg in as your left leg reaches away. Now hold here. I want you to feel your belly pulling in, up, and away from that leg that's reaching away. There's your opposition. And then switch. And switch. Good, reach and reach. So belly in, up, and away, leg reaching away. Good. Good, we have 3, 2, last one, and 1. Good, knees in, lower the head all the way down. Same idea for double leg stretch. So we're gonna go ahead and lift the head, neck, and chest back up. We're gonna stay nice and strong in our center. Inhale, arms and legs shoot away in opposite directions. Exhale, circle the arms around, bend the knees, bring it in. Inhale, extend, reach. Exhale, bring it in. Good, inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Good, extend. And in. 2 more. Last one. Good, lower it all the way back down. All right, moving into hundreds next. So this one, you just need to keep those abdominals pulling in and up while the legs reach away. Arms are reaching long away from the shoulders as you pump them. So there's that opposition there as well. So take an inhale here. Exhale, come up to your hundreds position, legs bent or straight. And we start to pump as we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. So you're reaching those arms towards that wall in front of you. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly button pulling in and up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. Good. Go ahead and bend those knees in, lower the head down. This time, rock that head side to side. All right, getting that heart rate up there a little bit with that one. All right, let's reach those legs far out in front of you along the floor. All right, so we're doing full roll-ups here. So I want you to keep those legs active and reaching long and away. Go ahead and bring the arms back behind you along the floor. Take that deep breath in here. Here, you're reaching, lengthening your spine. Exhale, you're gonna bring your arms up, head, neck, and chest as you roll the spine up. Belly pulls back as the arms reach forward. There's that opposition. Good, and then you slowly bring it down. Again, keeping the upper body reaching forward as the belly slowly draws down. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, chin to chest. Controlling that movement. You can always keep those knees bent here with your feet flat on the floor if this long-legged option is just too challenging. Good. Inhale, arms back. Lengthen, exhale. Good. Belly button back. Upper body reaching forward. So what that's doing is helping us not collapse through our spine, but keeping active length, even as we're in that rounded forward position. Exhale, up and over, reach. Good, slowly coming back down. We have one more that's gonna bring us up to seated to finish with the roll-ups. Exhale, last one. Good, reaching forward, lengthen. Hold here for a moment. Deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and stack that spine all the way up. All right, moving into spine stretch. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the legs here. And we're going to find this beautiful stretch through our spine from the lower body, lower back, all the way through the crown of the head. All right, so legs are about mat distance apart, a little wider. Arms are gonna come forward here, reaching, staying parallel with the floor. Take an inhale as we drop chin to chest. You peel the spine down and forward one at a time. Again, belly and low back are pulling back behind you as the upper body is reaching forward. There's that spine stretch. Exhale, stack the spine back up. Good. And again, chin to chest, peel it forward, reach, lengthening opposite directions, and then exhale to lift. So now you're seeing the trend here of opposites attract. This opposition is pretty much in everything that we do in Pilates. Always trying to find that length. You probably have heard, oh, Pilates will make you an inch taller. Well, when you work on that posture and that alignment and that length, it may actually happen. All right, chin to chest. Good, reach. Good, and lift and stack. Even in the seated position, right, we're grounding through the sitting bones with the crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. This is the last one. Good, and all the way back up and lift. All right, we're gonna move into saw next. This is our rotation exercise. So I want you to go ahead and bring the arms out to a T. to the sides. Always bend your knees here if it's hard for you to keep your legs straight in this position. I want you to focus on that tall spine. So inhale, let's go ahead and rotate to the left. Exhale, you're gonna round forward over that left leg. Now here I want you to hold. Reach the right arm forward, lengthen as you reach the left arm back. Feel that opposition. Good, now ground through your right sitting bone. And so you can really get that full rotation. And then we stack the spine back up. Good, rotate through center over the other side. Exhale, rounding, reaching, lengthening. Left arm forward, right arm reaching back. Stack it back up and lift. Again, to the left. Let's move it a little bit faster. Reach. Good, stack. Rotate. Around, forward, reach. Good, stack. And rotate. Good, that arm that's reaching forward, that's gonna help get that full stretch along that back body. You should feel that the more you try to reach forward while you keep that sitting bone grounded, you're gonna feel that nice stretch through that back. Good, one more to the right. Exhale. Good, inhale, lift, and then exhale, bring it back to center. All right, let's do a single leg teaser roll down. This is gonna use that same oppositional feeling when we do those roll-ups and roll downs that we've been doing, just a little bit more challenge for the abdominals with a single leg lifted. So we're gonna start to lean back a little bit. I'm gonna take this right leg, reach it, try to keep it in line with your left thigh. Now keep reaching it away. As you start to lower down, you're going to feel those abdominals pulling down and back away from that leg. Inhale, take those arms back behind you. Exhale, chin to chest. We roll up and then lift and lengthen at the top. You'll be at a diagonal when you lift. Exhale, lower. Good, rolling down. One bone at a time. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, chin to chest, belly pulls back as the upper body comes forward. Inhale, tall spine at a diagonal. Last one, exhale, reach, reach, reach. Good, inhale, arms back. Exhale, lift, and then lower that right leg down. We're gonna switch it to the other side. So left leg's gonna lift, and then we roll it down. Good, reaching that leg away. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, roll up and lengthen. Good, and again, rolling down. Try to keep that left leg lifted. It's gonna use your quad. It's gonna use your hip flexor. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, peel up. Good, lengthen at the top. Last one. Exhale, you got this. Good, inhale. Bring it back. Exhale. All the way up. Keep reaching through that leg and then bring that left foot down. All right, let's get a little hip release before we flip over into all fours. So find me a butterfly stretch here. So feet together, knees are gonna be wide. And you can lightly flap those butterfly wings, or you can hold your legs nice and steady and just lean forward here. Just finding a little more external rotation in those hips before we move on. Good, relax the shoulders. One more breath. And go ahead and stack the spine all the way up. All right, we're gonna come into an all fours position. So go ahead and come forward. Hands are gonna be right under the shoulders. Knees are gonna be right under those hips. Now from here, we're gonna do some cat and cow first. We're just gonna move the spine a little bit. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, looking up, and then we exhale, tuck that tailbone under, round and lengthen. Good, inhale through center, finding that extension. Good, exhale in cat. You are finding opposition here as the center is your core, your belly button pulls up. Your tailbone is dropping, your head's dropping in an opposite direction. Inhale, two more, lengthen. And exhale to round. And last one, inhale. And exhale to round. Very nice. All right, so now I want you to go ahead and reach that, or keep the spine nice and long. So your crown of your head is reaching towards that wall in front of you. Your spine, your lower spine is reaching towards the wall behind you. So you're trying to find length here. So I don't want your head dropping or your tailbone tucking. Nice long spine throughout this whole movement. I want you to tuck your toes under. This time we're not going to lift the arms. We're just going to lift a single leg. But hang with me for one moment. So I want you to go ahead and float the knees off the mat. So you're talking about an inch, maybe not even that, as you lift. So already you're going to feel that's going to engage your core. So really pull that core in nice and strong. Reach the crown of your head long towards that wall in front of you. Now reach just your left leg back and lengthen. So we're lengthening toes forward, toes back, crown of the head reaching forward. Go ahead and bring that leg down. Keep the knee lifted though. Switch other side. Right leg reaches back, lengthen, lengthen. Good, bring it down and switch. Good, reach back, lengthen. Good, and bring it down. Good, switch, right leg reaches. Everything's shaking, that's a good thing. Let's do one more each side. Again, just to hover on that knee. Good, lower down and switch, reach. Good, bring it down. Both knees drop, beautiful job. All right, go ahead and come off the wrist for just a moment. Roll those wrists around. We're gonna come to the forearms now for a forearm plank. So let's go ahead and bring the upper body forward onto the forearms, shoulders right over those elbows. Now, full plank position. So coming onto your toes, if you can. If not, come to your knees. Find that nice long line. So already here, here's what I want you to think about. Crown of the head reaching, lengthening, shoulders slide down away from the ears, and heels are reaching in the opposite direction of your crown of your head. So you feel this length from the crown of your head all the way to your heels. Now I want you to start to rock this forward and back. So moving at the ankle joint, you're gonna rock forward onto the toes and then rock back, stretching through the heels. Good, rock forward and rock back. Beautiful. Forward and back. Keep that nice length this whole time and reach back. One more, forward. Good, heels flex, reach it back and drop to the knees. All right, go ahead and turn and face me this way. And I want you to stay on your hand here. We're gonna do a little side plank on the hand and the knees, okay? So let's go ahead and come up, shoulder this time right over the wrist, and your knees are reaching away from you, so you're in your nice straight diagonal here. Now, if you can, go ahead and extend this top leg, and I want you to think of your top, that leg reaching, toes reaching away, crown of the head, and now your arm are gonna reach in an opposite direction. Again, so here's this opposition here, this length, but staying nice and strong from your shoulders all the way down to your hips, squeezing your glutes, pressing your hips forward. Good, just holding here. Now, if you want to move this a little bit, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take top leg back as you reach it away. That top arm is reaching at a diagonal opposite direction. Now swing that top leg forward, top arm back. And then keep alternating. Reach. Good. And then sweep it forward and back. Good. So this whole time, reaching opposite directions away. And then they cross opposite directions. Good. And reach. And again, let's do one more. Good. Reach. That's it. And bring it forward. And bring that knee down. Lower all the way down. Come off that wrist, give it a little roll, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right, other hand down, we come onto that kneeling plank position. Adjust as you need to get that shoulder over the wrist, reach that top leg nice and long. All right, find that strength, power in your center, that stability, glutes engaged. Lift top arm, top arm reaches, top leg reaches. Good, lengthen, either hold it here. Good, reaching fingers and toes apart, finding as much stretch as you can through that side body. Now, go ahead and take the top leg back a little bit if you'd like. Top arm forward, and then sweep arm back, leg forward. Good, so challenging that stability near our center, where we're still finding that length here and that opposition. Good, reach, good, and forward. Good, 2 more. Last one. Good, and bring it back. Beautiful, go ahead and come down. Roll out that wrist now. Very nice. All right, we're gonna come to a seated position. So, Mermaid Stretch. This is one of my favorite stretches. But if you're not using this idea of opposition, you're not gonna get the most out of the stretch. So that's what we're gonna focus on here. So I'm gonna Z-sit like this. If you would like to instead, bring your knees here this way together, that's fine too. It's gonna be harder to get that sitting bone of this hip down, but do what you can and really think about reaching that sitting bone down. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and take this, what's my right arm, whatever is the same arm of that back leg. And then we're gonna lengthen it first up. Keep that sitting bone reaching towards the floor, and keep that sitting bone reaching towards the floor as you bring that arm up and over. All right, so here you're getting that opposition, so you're getting as much stretch as possible. What happens is people tend to do this and lift the hip off. I don't know if you can see that. That is not gonna give you as much stretch. So ground down through the hip. Ooh, I feel that difference so much. And then keep that hip there as you come up. Bring it over, other side, same thing, hip stays grounded. Good, up through center, nice and tall. And then we bring the arm over, finding that opposition, that length, that stretch. Good, lift. So it's almost like you're thinking of staying steady and rooted in the lower body as you let the upper body just move freely. We do that in quite a few different Pilates moves where we're stabilizing either upper or lower body and then moving the opposite. And the more you can stabilize and get this one part of the body, in this case the lower body, just nice and grounded and stable, the more we can find more freedom of movement everywhere else. All right, go ahead and sit it on up, and then go ahead and switch to the other side. All right. So this side's a little harder for me because of my hips. So just do the best you can. Go ahead and reach that arm up. Keep that sitting bone grounded. Bring it up and over. Good, and then back to center. Lift, grow tall first, and then up and over. So not only is this feeling of opposition because we're keeping that sitting bone grounded, but when we lift up through center, we want to find that length towards the ceiling. Grow tall first before we bend to the side. Good, lift and over. Very nice, lift. Good, let's do one more each side. Just feels so good. Good, last one. And up. All right, and then sit it all the way up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come onto our belly now. So we're gonna do some of our prone work. So I want you to just go ahead and roll on over onto your belly. And we're gonna find a swan first. So I want you to lower your head down to the floor. Forehead will touch the mat. And the hands are gonna be right underneath your shoulders. Now, I want you to really reach through your legs. So point your toes. Legs are about hip distance apart. And I want you to keep them grounded, but I really want you to keep lengthening them away from the upper body. Now pull your belly in and up. Roll your shoulders down and back. And instead of thinking of lifting up, think of lifting up and forwards. You're going to start to press into the hands just enough to lift the upper body, but I want you to keep thinking of lengthening the crown of the head towards the wall in front of you as the shoulders slide down and the legs reach away behind you. Good. Exhale, lower it back down. Good. Shoulders slide down, belly in, glutes engaged. Press that upper body up, reaching through the crown of the head, lengthening. Good. Exhale, lower. So even as we're coming into this extension, we're still trying to find length through our spine. So we're trying not to shorten the back, especially that lower back, but try to keep as lengthened as possible. Good. Lower back down. Good. Let's do 2 more. Press into those hands. Lift, lengthen, reach. Beautiful. And lower. Good. Last one. Shoulders slide down. Press into those hands, lift and lengthen, and lower it all the way down. All right, come up onto your forearms. We're gonna do our single leg kicks now. So a single leg kicks, your shoulders are right over your elbows, but shoulders are sliding back and down, and you're kind of pulling your forearms down towards your hips, really feeling this engagement in the upper body. Belly's pulling in and up, legs are together. Flex through your left ankle. We kick, kick. We point and really reach it away. Flex through left ankle. Kick, kick, point and reach. So keep that moving. And you want to feel the crown of the head and the upper body reaching forward as the legs reach away. Good. Kick, kick, reach. And the core staying nice and stable, keeping your center nice and strong. And belly button is lifted up off the floor. Good. So we're not sinking into that lower back. Good. 3 more sets. 3, 3, 2, 2. You got it. Last set. And 1. Good. Lower the head all the way down. Turn your head to one side. And we're going to do our double leg kick. So go ahead and clasp onto your fingers behind your back. Legs are still together. Engage your glutes, pull your belly in and up. Good. We kick those legs in. 3, 2, 1. Extend your legs, keep them lifted off the floor. Extend your arms, extend the upper body, lift, lift, lift. Now hold here. Feel the crown of your head reaching forward, your toes reaching back, your belly pulling in and up, and lower down, other side. We kick in. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lift, lengthen, reach. Good, and lower. Good, belly in, kick. 3, 2, 1. Good, arms reaching away from the head. Feeling that stretch through the upper body and lower. Kick. 3, 2, 1. Good, lift, reach. And lower. Let's do 1 more each side. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen, shoulders down and back. Beautiful, and lower. Good, 3, 2, 1. Good. Crown of the head reaching forward, arms and toes reaching back. And then we lower it all the way down. Let's go ahead and make a pillow for your head with your hands. Bend your knees and just windshield wiper those legs, just nice and easy, side to side. Just massaging out that lower back here a little bit. Good. All right, bring those the hands back under the shoulders, press back into a child's pose first, just to stretch out that lower back. Deep breath in. Good, exhale. Good, 1 more breath, deep breath in. And exhale, release. Okay, on your next breath, start to sit onto your heels as you stack the spine all the way back up. All right, we're gonna come into our side for our side lying leg series. I'm gonna come onto my right side first. And what I want you to do here is prop yourself up from your elbow down to your glutes. And then your legs are gonna be either reaching long in opposite directions. You can have that bottom leg bent, top leg reaching. So what I want you to think about here is, before we even start to move, I want you to think about really pulling the belly in and up, away from the moving leg. So there's this feeling again of lengthening belly button up, 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 reaching still through the crown of the head as the legs reach in an opposite direction. All right, so let's try that. We're gonna start with small circles first. So I want you to lift this top leg up just to about hip height. You can flex through that bottom ankle. Feel that core nice and strong and do tiny circles here. Let's start bringing the leg forward first in that circular motion. Good. Good. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And reverse. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Keep that leg reaching long, hip and toes, knee facing forward. We just start to lift and lower. Again, same rules apply with that core, with that upper body. Also, make sure your gaze is forward towards the front and not looking down towards your leg. So the more we look forward, the length stays long in the back of the neck. And again, we find that opposition better and that length through the spine. Let's do 4, 3, feel on that glute here. Last 2. And last 1. All right, bring it back up to hip height. Keep the leg forward. We're gonna do bicycles. So bicycles here, we're gonna bend the knee, bring the foot towards the bottom, and then we pull the leg forward with the bent knee, then extend the legs, flex through the ankle, and then sweep it back. Good, bend the knee in, pull forward, reach, extend. Keep that leg at hip height the whole time and try not to rock forward and back with that upper body. Still finding that length here. Good, your pelvis is trying to stay nice and still as much as possible. So you find as much length through the leg as you extend. And then we reverse that circle. Kick it forward, bend the knee in, reach back, extend. Good, forward. Good, reach as far back as you can. You'll get that nice glute engagement, that nice opening through the hip flexor. Good, 2 more. Last 1. Try to keep it flowing as smoothly as possible. All right, and then go ahead and lower both legs down and then reach them out, straight out from your hips. So you're in one straight line. Lower the lower arm down. Top hand is gonna stay pulling in towards or pressing into the floor. We're gonna do our banana. So I want you to think upper and lower body are gonna be reaching in opposite directions as we lift. So we're gonna go ahead and take that inhale. We're gonna lift, slide this bottom arm towards you, lift and lengthen upper and lower body, feel those obliques working, and then lower all the way back down. So here we are again, staying nice and strong in our center. We're feeling more of our obliques here as we extend and lift our upper and lower body in opposite directions. Lift, good, and lower. Good, lift and lengthen. Beautiful, and lower. We're gonna do 2 more here before we switch sides. Lift, lower, very nice. Last one, lift and reach, and lower all the way down. All right, let's go ahead and bend the knees in, press yourself all the way up. We're gonna swing our legs over to the other side. All right, so coming onto the side, same thing here. Upper body reaching towards that direction, lower body lengthening and reaching opposite direction, but belly pulling in and up. All right, start with those small circles first. So leg up, we do little circles. Nice and stable in the hips and the pelvis. Might be one of the hardest parts here, especially if you're tight in the hips and don't have a lot of mobility. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Good. That's it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lifting and lowering, hips stacked here. We just lift and lower that top leg. Feeling that glute engage. Again, reaching crown of the head, upper body, away from that moving leg. Yes. Hopefully all of this opposition is making sense to you and why we focus on this opposition. Trying to lengthen, stretch, get as much space in our spine and in our body while we move. Let's do 3 more. Good, 2 and 1. All right, bringing that leg to hip height. We're doing those bicycles. Bend the knee in, bring the knee forward, extend the leg, flex through the heel, reach from sitting bone to heel, and then pull it back. And do that again. Good, bring it forward. Good, reach it away and back and forward. Nice. So getting length here in the hip flexor and quad, as well as in the hamstring and the glute. Good, one more this direction. And then we reverse it. That's it, reach, extend. Good, forward. Back, reach, and forward. Good, 3 more. This is one of those ones that can feel a little clunky, this exercise, but once you get it, it feels really good. Last one. All right, go ahead and bring the legs down. Lower that bottom arm. Moving into that banana oblique exercise. So when you're ready, really start to lengthen upper and lower body away from each other as you lift. Beautiful, and then lower down. Again, gaze is forward here. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. You got it. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, lower. Good. 3 more. 3. Last 2. And last one. Lift, reach. And lower all the way down. All right, go ahead and press yourself up to a seated position. All right, we have a couple more true exercises before we move into some stretches. So go ahead and face the end of your mat again. We are gonna find what would normally be considered a hollow hold. So this is really gonna test that strength in your core while we reach the arms and the legs away. And we're just gonna hold the position. So what I want you to do is lay down on your back. Go ahead and bring the knees into your chest first. Give them a nice little hug. And then you're gonna lift the upper body up. You're gonna reach the legs long and away, pulling the belly button down, and then reach the arms back by the ears. And I just want you to hold it here. We're just gonna hold it for about 10 seconds. So nice and strong in your center and your core. Don't let the lower back arch. Right, while you reach those arms and legs away, opposite directions. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, lower it all the way down. Rock those knees side to side and those hips. All right, so we are gonna do our teaser now. So teaser, we're gonna walk through this with our oppositional principles. We're gonna take those arms back behind you, legs are in tabletop. Inhale it here. Exhale, you're gonna roll up. As you roll up, you're pulling your belly button up and back as you lift and lengthen the legs. Good, so arms are reaching forward, legs are reaching forward, but your belly button is pulling back, shoulders are down and back. Now, as you roll down, again, there's this opposition, arms reaching forward, legs reaching away. As you roll it down, then you bend the knees, arms come back. And again, exhale, roll it up. Lift, lift, lift. Lengthen here. Good, exhale as you roll down. Use that strong, deep core to roll you down one vertebrae at a time away from those arms and legs. Exhale again, roll it up, peel it up. Lift and lengthen. Good, exhale, bone by bone, rolling down. Good, we have one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift, lengthen, beautiful. Last one, exhale, pull back as those legs reach forward, and then bend those knees all the way into the chest. Rock those hips side to side. Beautiful, beautiful job. All right, I want you to stay down on your mat, extend your legs, and extend your arms back behind you. So here we're stretching, but feeling that opposition as well, right? And here is a little bit easier to feel when you find that length of reaching toes forward, fingers back. You really find more of a stretch through the whole body, front, back, and side. So deep breath in here And exhale to release. All right, we're gonna stay here with the arms reaching back, legs forward, but I want you to walk both legs over to the left side of your mat, cross your right ankle over your left. Now I want you to move your upper body and your arms towards the upper left side of your mat as well. And then you're gonna grab onto your right wrist with your left hand, and you're gonna open up that side body. So here, we're getting that nice, beautiful stretch on that right side with the right toes reaching away and that right arm reaching up and away, getting so much length in our side. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. So legs over to the right, cross left ankle over right. Grab onto left with wrist with right hand. Bring the upper body up and over. The more you pull that arm oppositionally away, reaching, lengthening it, so an active stretch, you're gonna feel more of that opening on that side. And then go ahead and bring it all the way back to center. All right, we're gonna do a little twist here. So pulling right leg into chest, left leg reaches away. Twist that leg across to the left. And here, we're keeping the right shoulder blade grounded. So not pulling that right shoulder blade off. And here's the opposition here. You're trying to stretch that glute and that hip farther away from that right shoulder. And that's gonna give you a deeper stretch. So the more you start to twist and lift your shoulder off the mat, you're not gonna get that nice deep stretch here. So there's that opposition there. Good, bring it back to center. Go ahead and switch sides, left leg in. Good, left shoulder grounded now as that left leg goes across the body. You can look over that left shoulder. So reaching left shoulder into the mat as you reach the left hip away. Feels so good. One more breath. And then go ahead and bring it back to center. I want you to pull your legs into your chest, rock yourself up to a seated position. I want you to flip over into one last child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. I want you to bring the upper body forward. And same thing here in your child's pose. I want you to really reach your hips towards your heels. Keep them rooted and grounded as you reach the arms, the fingers forward, farther forward. Trying to get as much length and stretch through the spine as you can. Hold it here. Deep breath into the ribs. And exhale, release. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Good, go ahead and sit onto the heels, stacking your spine all the way back up until your head lifts. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and come into seated position just like we started at the very beginning. So crisscross legs, sitting bones nice and grounded. And feel that opposition, right? That length through your spine. Hopefully you can feel it a little easier now that we've been working on it. And you're able to get into it without as much effort. So we're gonna take a deep breath in. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Now exhale, as the arms come down, I want you to think of popping your head out of the top of your shoulders as the arms come down. So almost like you're popping a cork out of a wine bottle. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms come up, lengthening side body. Exhale, your arms are like the arms of the corkscrew. As they're pressing down, your cork, which is your head, is popping out of the top, finding that length, that opposition. Last one, inhale, arms lift. And exhale, arms down, shoulders down, crown of the head reaching. And maybe you just grew your inch just in this class. Hopefully that all made sense to you. I just love that idea of opposition, and maybe this is the first time you've really experienced it or heard of it, but maybe now throughout the other classes that you take, you'll think of this principle throughout your movements, that you're really finding as much length as you can while staying strong and stable in your center. So thank you guys for sharing this class with me. And I look forward, as always, as seeing you on the mat for the next one. Take care and have a wonderful day.